everybody, welcome back. It's kind of a dismal, it's cold here this morning for Louisiana type of morning. I'm going to run up here to the store, and what's for dinner today, or what's for lunch, is going to be shish kebabs, and I think I'm going to do them on the little gas grill. Well, I got everything we need here, but before I left, Melissa was saying how she's been kind of wanting to have some waffles. She hasn't had them in a long time, and so I got all this stuff here, and I haven't been to Waffle House the whole time I've been down here this winter, and we've been wanting to go, so we're going to do Waffle House for lunch, and I'll cook this up this afternoon, and this can be for dinner, and there'll be enough for tomorrow's lunch. Eating on it for a couple of days. Alright, well, it's actually the next day. Melissa and I took off to go over to Waffle House, and when we got there, there was a line out the door, so we weren't going to wait for that. So we thought we'd just go up the street a little ways to the coffee house, which is in Cajun Village, because we really like their hamburgers there, and they have great beignets, and they had a line going out the door. So then we drove up to Gonzales, and we went to Don's Seafood and had lunch, but we didn't get to eat that until later. We still had to wait for a little while. Service was horrible, and the food was not good. I didn't get what I ordered, not everything complete, and the food was not hot when it got there. It was pretty disappointing, but anyway, we still ate it, and I was too full when we got home to bother to cook yesterday afternoon, so I'm doing it this morning. So now I'm just cutting up some asparagus, which I'm going to put on my shish kebab. You got to have the thicker spears for this. And I like asparagus, especially on the grill like that. But this bottom part, you wouldn't want to cook that. It'll get too chewy and stringy. I'm going to put some pieces of green pepper in there, and all that really does is gives a little bit of flavor, but it also gives it some color. I'm going to put some red onion in there. I think with this asparagus, I'm going to do like I did last time when we did it on the grill. I'm going to actually almost marinate it for a second in some olive oil and some seasoning just to get everything coated. Just throw it in a plastic bag. Some cherry tomatoes I just washed. I bought a pineapple, but Melissa has one here that's already was cut up maybe, I don't know, 3 or 4 days ago, so I'm going to go ahead and use this. Pineapple is really good on a shish kebab. While all this is going on, I have some skewers in here that are just soaking in water so they don't burn so fast. I like the metal ones better. The round metal ones are really bad because when you put the meat on there and you try to spin it, all it does is spins. And they didn't have the metal flat ones, so I just got these. Basically, they're throwaway wooden ones. They're pretty cheap. I know a lot of people don't like them. Melissa is one of them, but I really like mushrooms, so I always like to put these on the shish kebabs when I'm doing them. Mushrooms are another thing you can put in a plastic bag with just a little bit of oil and some seasoning. You don't really need it because the mushrooms are so good, but you know, you can't really put any salt or anything on a mushroom. It's just going to fall off. But if you put a little oil in there, it sticks. Alright, well now I'm going to add a little bit of pork to this. I'm going to have mainly beef. Well, I shouldn't say that. I'm having pork and beef. and some pretty good sized shrimp that are going to be going on here, but I did want to add a little bit of pork on here. I have the charcoal grill lit here. I got the gas one ready to go. I got a beef roast here. This is a sirloin tip. A lot of times I like to use the chuck, but the chuck is kind of tough. I like how much fat it has and it tastes good. It works fine, but they had these on sale. Some of these pieces are a little fatty, and like this piece right here, some people want to leave that out. I'll actually go ahead and cook it, leaving that in there, because that fat will drip down, and even in that gas grill, and give it some good flavor. And I can always discard it later, so just adds a little bit more taste to it when it's cooking. Well, the last thing I have to do is to peel and wash these shrimp. Pretty nice, nice size ones. Well, I have all the shrimp are peeled now. They're all done. All this stuff here, the heads and all the whatever the shells and stuff, we just throw them to the chickens. Even when we do boiled crawfish and boiled shrimp that we go buy, we just throw all the leftovers to the chickens. They love it. It's like a treat to them. With the shrimp, I'm just going to season them. I'm actually using a seafood seasoning in here. I'm going to season them in a bag. I'm not going to add any oil because they're already wet. Some people like to marinate them in Italian dressing. Melissa really likes that a lot. I don't really much care for that taste marinated on meat. She likes to do steaks that way too, and I mean, it's okay. It's just not my preference. And you don't really want to put any lemon in here because the lemon is acidic and it'll start to cook the shrimp, and they're going to cook fast enough when they get on the grill. It's better to have them on the grill, and then if you want some lemon taste, drizzle it over the shrimp as it's cooking. Well, I have everything ready here. I'm just going to put them on the skewers. It's one thing when you're doing this in a fifth wheel or a travel trailer, you have no room in your kitchen, so I'm kind of cramped for space. I have bigger and smaller of these wooden skewers, and the smaller ones are better when I'm using these cherry tomatoes and the pineapple. Those seem to crack when you use the big ones. Let's see. I'm going to do a couple more like this, and then, like right now, I'm getting low on the beef, the green peppers, and then what I'm going to do, I mean, these look real pretty like this. They look great on the grill, but with the pork here, I'm not adding that into here because I need the pork done, you know, versus the beef and everything else. I'm not worried about. The shrimp are going to cook really fast. The pork will take longer, so all of the pork will go on its own skewer. If I want to, I can add a couple of pieces of pineapple in there, but other than that, they get their own. So after a while, you can just put everything on the same skewer and just throw it on there. It just doesn't look as pretty. Like this one here, all the meat is pork on there. I threw in some pineapple, maybe it'll keep it moister. Got a chunk of onion in there. I think what I'm going to do is go ahead and throw these on one of the grills, because then I can come in here and keep doing some of this, but at least some of it's cooking. I'll go inside and make a few more. Well, I have 5 or 6 of them that are still out there cooking right now, but I'll start to get these taken off. Okay everyone, well thanks a lot for watching. It's all done now. I just ate more than a plate of this. I'm stuffed right now. I forgot 2 things. One, how long it takes to do this, to get it all set up and then cook it. And the other thing was just how good this is. It's been quite a while since I did it. So, like I said, thanks a lot for watching. That was a very good lunch, and it's going to be a really good dinner. I'll see you guys on the next video.